Hey guys, Chris with Artec. We wanted to take a couple minutes to go through our 2024 4XE Wrangler build and give you some of the details of the product that we have available for the 4XEs and go really in depth on some of the construction and some of the ins and outs of the specific parts themselves. Let's check it out. So first we see here, it's our Nighthawk series front bumper, and this has our grill guard hoop. The grill guard is 1.5 inch 120 wall along with some 3/16 gussets. And then the shell construction is all 3/16 and it's paired with a 1/4 inch steel winch plate that braces to the sides of the frame, to the crash bar itself, as well as to the frame horns. Ties the entire front end assembly in, gives it a lot of rigidity and a lot of strength. Allows you to pretty much house any type of winch. We specifically partner with Warren and use the Warren BR series on it. We're super happy with that. And to tie it all off, we also have the front rock guard. So this is a 6061 aluminum skid plate. It's 1/4 inch thick and bolts with 5/16 hardware. And it has PEMs on the backside, so it makes it easy to install and keeps the whole bumper protected. As you can see, when you're running into obstacles, the bash guard can easily be replaced. And then here at the very bottom, we pair it with our crash bar skid, and it's just a 3/16 skid plate that wraps around the crash bars, keeps the entire underneath nice and protected. For the 4XE, we wanted to also get some more tire clearance. And what we do is we have our fender chop kit. It's a kit that essentially allows you to split the Rubicon fenders into 2 pieces, basically gut the entire fender, and then we provide a support bracket that allows you to have LED marker lights on the corner of the fenders, and it actually secures to our bracket and helps support the fender so that it doesn't move. It gives it a nice solid surface. And then it also gives you the ability to have a turn signal and tap into the turn signal module, and allows you to be able to have a full braced front fender portion. It gives you a nice solid surface to mount to. So another thing for the 4XE is your inner fenders. After you do the fender chop kit, we want to be able to keep that 2-liter turbocharged engine cool, so we went with our aluminum vented inner fender wells. And this allows you to get rid of all that factory plastic. It gives you the ability to mount different types of shocks like the Fox shocks we used here, and allows you to have a nice clean look inside the fender well with those aluminum inner liners. Another thing that's super important for us to be able to take care of on the 4XE is upgrading the steering. And with that, we have our 1-ton conversion steering kit for this, which includes the Steer Smart Yeti XD tie rod ends. They're fantastic to be able to give us that 1-ton reliability and strength. And then we pair it with our 7075 aluminum links, and those will tie the tie rods together and also the drag link itself. For the 4XE, we also have available our front axle armor kit. That includes the front apex truss, includes the control arm skids, and includes our bolt-on inner C gussets. Those support the inner Cs and give you that extra reliability and helps strengthen those inner Cs and be able to tie the entire truss assembly together, give you that confidence that you need to be out on the trails and have all the protection you need as well. Another upgrade we have for the 4XE is the front and rear diff covers. They're nodular iron diff covers and allow you to have a little bit extra oil capacity and give you some extra strength over the factory stamped steel cover to be able to protect that front ring gear. So for the 4XE, we also have our short arm link kit. The links are made out of 7075 aluminum, and they are paired with the Rock Crawler Pro joints. Gives you that nice flexibility and allows you to get a 3.5 inch coil on the 4XE, be able to give you the strength and reliability, a nice soft comfort and extra articulation that you want when you're off-road with it. So one thing that's super important about the 4XE Wrangler is protecting the undercarriage. There's a lot of things going on with the EV, and they're also about 3/8 of an inch lower than a regular Wrangler right at the crossmember, and upwards of over a 1/2 inch lower when you get back towards the power pack. So when we were developing this kit, we wanted to make certain we protected absolutely all of the essentials, that nothing would be able to get damaged underneath. So we go all the way from the front engine mounts. We protect all of the cooling system that's underneath that supplies coolant to the power pack and the inverter on the back side towards the rear of the Jeep. All those lines run alongside the fuel tank and they come up over the transfer case itself. So we wanted to make certain that we came up with the most complete kit that allowed us to protect all of those essentials underneath. And we did that using, of course, the 6061 T6 hardened aluminum. We paired them with 3/16 zinc plated brackets for the majority of the kit, and then we have an HD cross member that supports the transfer case, and that allows us to be able to make the entire kit modular itself, so that you can buy the kit in stages and be able to have bits and pieces like you need to be able to protect the entire underneath. And that supporting cross member itself is constructed out of 1/4-inch steel. The entire assembly is protected from the front of that 2-liter engine to the electric motor, back to the transmission, and then of course the transfer case. And beyond that, you've got the power inverter and the exhaust that you want to protect. So for the 4XE, we also have this aluminum rocker armor. So it comes with 5/16 countersunk hardware, all the rivets you need to be able to attach it to the body. It is available in both bare aluminum and powder coated. So for the 4XE Wranglers, we also have the rear inner fenders. It goes great paired with the front aluminum fenders and allows you to gut the rear Rubicon fenders, allows you to install our chop hardware kit, and that pairs nicely with our rear inner fenders. It gives you a nice complete look for those inner fenders. So for the rear axles, we have our rear control arm and shock skids. They're constructed of 3/16 steel. They're welded and also powder coated to be able to give them a little bit extra protection. They're full bolt-on and connect with your OEM hardware. And then for the rear axle, we have our 3/16 Apex rear truss. Allows you for all your ports for your lockers and your locker harness. Allows for the actual rear axle vent to be able to go through it and gives you that extra protection to be able to truss that rear axle. And then for the rear, we've also got the differential cover. It's a nodular iron cover that's powder coated. Also gives you a little bit of capacity and has the socket cap screws that are sunk into the cover to give those bolts a little bit extra protection when you beat up the cover itself. Gives you all the added protection that you need. For the back of the Wrangler, we've got our Nighthawk series rear bumper. This shell is constructed of 3/16 steel, has 1/4-inch mounting brackets on the back side of it to be able to secure it to the frame, and we pair them with 3/4-inch thick D-ring mounts. Allows you to get a 1-inch D-ring shackle that essentially connects to it. It allows you to be able to have that recovery point. Also, it has sensor holes cut out, so if you have a vehicle that has sensors in it, it allows you to be able to install all your factory sensors and all that functions the way that it needs to. The whole bumper itself is formed really close and tucked up to the Jeep. Allows you to get all that extra clearance that you need to be able to go on the trails, come off of waterfalls and ledges, and be able to have as much clearance as you can without modifying the frame or modifying the body. On the back of the Jeep here, we've got our rear spare tire delete on the tailgate. It allows you to be able to cover that factory mounting surface where the spare tire mount was, and cover it with an aluminum plate that allows you to put your license plate right there from where it was on the factory bumper to the center of the tailgate. Then it also comes with a bracket that houses the factory backup camera that was in the spare tire, and allows you to also relocate your third brake light on top of that camera housing, have all that same functionality that you did when you had your spare back there hanging off the tailgate, and allows you to have a nice clean look. Thanks again, guys, for checking out the entire line of products that we have for the 4XE Wrangler. We're really excited of all the new things we were able to develop for it and come out here and test. So if you're interested in any of these products, check us out at artecindustries.com and also click on the links below to help you navigate to those products. Thanks again.